Is important training in the table or more in the gym with exercise?
I think that the most important thing is if you're an arm wrestler, I think you should probably arm wrestle a lot. I think it's very difficult for me to say that this is not ever the highest priority. I think that it's probably the reason why you're doing it to start with. So you don't need to get too far away from it, I think. I mean, people do things for different reasons. I like arm wrestling practice. I really enjoy it. So that's what I like to do. That's what I spend most of my time doing when it comes to training for the sport. I do think that at different points in your career, there's a lot of good reason to spend a lot of time in the gym, just to focus on the very, very fundamental movements of the sport. I think that if you're doing a lot of table time, a lot of table practice, your body probably has enough stimulation that it knows what it needs to do in terms of getting stronger. And the way you train, it can be more just for rehabilitation and to help you heal. I think a balanced approach is probably good, but be flexible, listen to your body, and most importantly, have fun.
How often do you currently train for arm wrestling?
That's my life. Right now, my life is very simple. I I'm retired, so I don't have like a regular job anymore. So I normally do, I'd say normally 4 a day. And they're not extremely demanding. And it's all right hand, all just arm wrestling movements, probably about 4 times a day. That's normal. Sometimes, sometimes I'll only get 2, which is very rare. 3, 4, sometimes I'll get 5 if I'm being crazy. And on days that I practice on the table, I'll normally do less. Sometimes on a day that I practice, if I think it's going to be a big practice, I won't train. I'll only go to the practice. But if it's a practice that I know I'm going to be comfortable, I might do up to 3. So I'll do one before, I'll do the practice, and then I'll do a cool down at night where I just kind of do rehabilitative motions and go through everything. There is no other training.
No.
No, I don't do anything else. I only train my right hand these days. I don't do bench press, I don't do squat, I don't do deadlift, I don't do anything but arm wrestling movements with my right hand. That's it. And it's been like this for about 2.5 years. About 2.5 years only training my right hand. My whole life I've trained. I've done different sports. I've played sports at a high level. I've had to use my entire body my whole life. This experiment that I'm doing right now where I only train my right hand, I'm in love with it. I think it's so fascinating. I think it's incredible. The only other training that I really do is maybe going for a walk. That's it. And I'll tell you that I feel extraordinarily healthy. Extraordinarily.
Perfect.
My left hand is probably the best it's ever been in my life, ever. My whole body feels healthy, pretty good, which is so shocking to me. I would never have thought it would go like this. I thought as soon as I started this training, it's going to be never-ending problems, but I was willing to try it. But now, after 2.5 years, my right hand is undoubtedly the strongest it's ever been. My left hand is also the strongest it's ever been. And my whole body, pretty good. Pretty good.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
As regards the training itself, do you think it is more important the number of repetition than the height or the combination of both?
I'd say that that's a very personal answer because I think that we are all a little bit different and we will respond to different things. I have found that the most important thing for me doesn't necessarily have to do with the reps or the intensity. It has to do with the consistency. So what I mean by that is, if I'm training every day, multiple times a day, for weeks, for months, for seasons, this is how I get really strong. And in that season, it wouldn't matter exactly what I'm doing, just so long as I'm doing it all the time. And that's how my body makes changes and adapts. I have found that I do very well with a combination of consistent table time and high rep blood flow style of training. So when I typically train, I train around 50 repetitions, very, very small motions, not to failure, something that's manageable for, maybe like 4 exercises, 50 reps, or 5 exercises, 50 reps for 6 sets, if you understand the math there. So I'm doing 4 or 5 exercises 50 times each in a bang, 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 bang. And I'll do that 6 times. And I find for me that this is something that I can manage. It's not too hard. I can do it again and again and again and again. And slowly, my body adjusts, it adapts, and makes good changes.